I mean, my husband is awesome. We knew each other for about 4 years, and he would run into me and he kept saying, "What are the odds?"
We all know that Tamron Hall is known for her openness and engaging conversations on a wide range of topics, from current events to deeply personal stories shared by her guests. However, one aspect of her life remains largely off-limits: her marriage to music executive and film producer Stephen Greener. Hall's choice to keep her relationship out of the spotlight stands in stark contrast to the vulnerability she often displays on air, making her decision a particularly intriguing part of her public persona. So don't miss this video as we reveal some little-known secrets about her marriage. Let's get started. There is a truth that Stephen Greener has made a significant name for himself in the entertainment industry, but despite his high-profile career, he prefers to stay out of the limelight. Greener began his career as a manager in Hollywood, working with major names like Will Smith during the height of his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fame. His early work with Smith, one of the most recognizable stars in the world, set the foundation for Greener's success in the entertainment business. Today, he manages a roster of well-known musicians, including CeeLo Green, Brandy, and Eric Benet, under Primary Wave, a major talent management company. Beyond his work in music, Greener has also produced several films, including Guess Who, starring Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac, and Mr. 3000, which also starred the late Bernie Mac. Despite his accomplishments and connections in Hollywood, Greener has chosen to keep a low public profile. While many celebrities and their spouses appear frequently in the media or on social media, Greener has taken the opposite approach. His face is rarely seen, and Tamron Hall has shared very few glimpses of their life together, even as her fan base, known affectionately as her Tam Fam, has expressed curiosity about her personal life. This intentional privacy contrasts with the celebrity culture of today, where social media often offers a window into the most personal moments of stars' lives. Hall's decision to shield her marriage from the public eye seems to stem from a deep understanding of the importance of maintaining boundaries between her public and private worlds. As someone who has lived much of her life in front of the camera, Hall has seen how the pressures of fame can strain relationships, particularly when personal matters become fodder for public discussion. In interviews, Hall has been candid about how she and Greener came to this mutual understanding early in their relationship. "For him, he wants my show to make it, but he wants our marriage to work," Hall said in an interview with Good Housekeeping. "And he knows part of that is maintaining this foundation and him being comfortable with who he is and not pushed into someone he isn't." Now, it's time for us to know about their love story. Reportedly, when Hall and Greener first met, they were just friends, and for 4 years, their interactions were platonic. Greener, with his background in music management, would frequently appear at events where Hall was present. His presence was a constant in her social circle, but Hall didn't initially view these encounters as anything more than casual. In fact, she was somewhat puzzled by Greener's persistent attempts to engage with her on a more personal level. Hall later recounted in an interview with Parade that she didn't recognize Greener's advances for what they were. "My husband had approached me and had conversations, and I didn't realize he was asking me out for a date," Hall admitted. Her initial misinterpretation of his intentions was rooted in her perception of Greener's role in the music industry. Given his professional background, Hall initially thought Greener was interested in her from a business perspective rather than a romantic one. "My husband is in music management, so I thought he was trying to represent me," she explained during a conversation on Live with Kelly and Ryan. "And I'm like, I can't sing." This amusing misunderstanding underscores the often overlooked complexities of how relationships can develop. For Hall, Greener's consistent presence and attempts at meaningful conversation seemed to align with a professional rather than a romantic agenda. The fact that she didn't immediately recognize his romantic interest is a poignant reminder of how intentions can be misinterpreted, especially when professional and personal boundaries overlap. In 2017, a serendipitous encounter at a pool in Los Angeles became a pivotal moment in Tamron Hall's life, both personally and professionally. This seemingly casual meeting led to a significant shift for Hall, who was navigating a tumultuous period in her career. The chance reconnection with Stephen Greener, who asked her out for pizza, would ultimately bring profound change and joy into her life. At that time, Hall was grappling with one of the most challenging moments of her career. Earlier in the year, it had been publicly announced that she was leaving her position as a co-host on NBC's Today Show. The departure marked a dramatic shift from a role she had considered a pinnacle of her career. Leaving Today, a platform that had been both a dream job and a significant part of her professional identity, was an emotionally charged decision for Hall. The competitive nature of the media industry, combined with the pressures of maintaining a high-profile position, had created an environment where it was challenging to truly connect with others. The departure from her job, however, opened the door for a new chapter in Hall's life. In an interview with Parade, Hall reflected on how Greener's reappearance during this period of transition was fortuitous. "We started talking, and it just came at the perfect time in my life," she shared. His presence arrived during a period when Hall was reassessing her life and career, making the timing of their reconnection even more significant. Hall's time at Today had been marked by the constant pressure of a high-stakes environment. The competitive atmosphere of the media industry often meant that personal connections could be overshadowed by the demands of the job. Hall herself acknowledged that the intensity of her role had made it difficult to fully engage with people around her. "When I was working, given the competitive environment I was in, you don't always see people for who they are," she later explained to People. The constant focus on her career had meant that Hall was often preoccupied with work-related concerns, leaving little room for personal connections to develop naturally. The transition away from Today and the subsequent change in her daily routine allowed Hall to be more present and open to new experiences. The pressures of her previous role, including the constant fear of job security and the relentless pace of work, had diminished. This newfound space enabled Hall to engage in conversations with a fresh perspective, free from the constraints that had previously influenced her interactions. "Once I left, I started to have better conversations," she noted. The ability to disconnect from the pressures of her former role allowed Hall to see Greener in a new light, appreciating his genuine qualities and intentions. Their connection was so intense and immediate that just 3 weeks into their relationship, they made the bold decision to move in together. This rapid progression in their relationship was a testament to the strength of their bond and their readiness to commit to each other on a deeper level. However, while Hall and Greener felt confident and excited about their decision, it quickly became apparent that Hall's mother had different expectations and views on the matter. Hall's mother, a Southern woman with traditional values, did not immediately approve of the couple's swift move. In keeping with her mother's old-school sensibilities, Hall chose to withhold the truth about their living arrangement. Instead of disclosing their new cohabitation status, Hall described Greener's visits as casual and unremarkable. "My mother is Southern old-school, so I kept saying he was visiting," Hall admitted during an appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan. In an attempt to manage the situation and avoid confrontation, Hall went to great lengths to keep Greener's presence under wraps. When Hall's mother came to visit her in Los Angeles, Hall orchestrated a humorous yet elaborate scheme to maintain the illusion of a simple visit. She had Greener temporarily move all of his belongings out of the apartment and stay at a friend's house during her mother's visit. This maneuver was so elaborate that Hall described it as a comedy special, reflecting the lengths she went to in order to keep her new living situation a secret. Despite these efforts, Hall's mother, who was no stranger to the nuances of her daughter's life, eventually caught on to the reality of the situation. After the visit, Hall's mother revealed that she had always suspected that something more was going on. Hall's admission that her mother always knew highlighted the often unspoken but deeply felt intuition that many parents have about their children's lives. It seems that despite Hall's efforts to conceal the truth, her mother's perceptiveness allowed her to discern the underlying reality. Tamron Hall and Stephen Greener's wedding remains one of the more private and enigmatic aspects of their relationship. Despite their high-profile careers, they chose to keep the details of their nuptials largely out of the public eye. The couple's decision to marry in a private ceremony at their home in 2019 reflects their desire for a personal and intimate celebration, away from the scrutiny of public attention. Hall confirmed this during an episode of her show, The Tamron Hall Show, where she shared that their wedding took place within the comforting confines of their own home. "It's proof you can keep things private," she remarked with a hint of amusement in an interview with Good Housekeeping, highlighting their commitment to maintaining their personal lives away from the spotlight. The choice to have a home wedding aligns with the couple's preference for privacy and underscores their desire to cherish special moments in a setting that felt authentic to them. By opting for a ceremony within their home, Hall and Greener not only kept their wedding intimate, but also demonstrated their ability to shield their personal life from public scrutiny, a feat that can be challenging for public figures. However, their commitment to privacy faced an unexpected challenge a year later with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. As the pandemic forced many individuals and businesses to adapt to new circumstances, Hall and Greener found themselves in a unique situation where their private home became the backdrop for Hall's talk show. The transition to filming from home presented a host of logistical challenges and required creative solutions, both of which Hall and Greener navigated together. In an interview with People, Hall praised Greener for his support during this period. Despite also working from home, Greener took on the additional role of assisting with the production of the show. "My husband has been an enormous help," Hall stated, highlighting his involvement in managing the technical aspects of filming, such as camera work, as well as handling other responsibilities. This included caring for their pet bird, Josephine Birdker, affectionately known as Jojo. The presence of Jojo, a charming detail in their home life, added a personal touch to their remote work environment, reflecting the couple's ability to blend their professional and personal lives seamlessly. In 2019, just weeks after Tamron Hall and Stephen Greener's intimate home wedding, they made another significant announcement that captured the public's attention and their followers' hearts. They were expecting their first child. This announcement was met with great excitement, but the journey leading up to it was fraught with challenges and emotional highs and lows. Tamron Hall had spent many years navigating the complex world of fertility treatments. For decades, she had faced the trials of IVF, in vitro fertilization, in her quest to conceive. By the time she received the news of her pregnancy, she was 48 years old, and the experience was a culmination of years of perseverance and hope. Hall described the moment she learned about her pregnancy as unbelievable and surreal. The call from her nurse confirming the pregnancy was a milestone that marked the end of a long and arduous journey. The emotional weight of this news was profound, especially given the personal and medical hurdles she had overcome. Despite her elation, Hall was understandably cautious about sharing her pregnancy with the public. The high-risk nature of her pregnancy meant that she was deeply concerned about the potential for complications. Hall admitted to feeling terrified about the possibility of having to retract her announcement if something went wrong. The fear of having to share bad news after reaching such a significant milestone in her pregnancy was a source of anxiety for her. The couple's decision to announce their pregnancy at 32 weeks gestation was a strategic one, reflecting their desire to safeguard their privacy while still sharing their joy with their followers. Their announcement took a lighthearted and memorable form, a video of Hall singing the popular children's song, Baby Shark. This playful choice not only conveyed their excitement, but also allowed them to share their happiness in a way that resonated with many, particularly parents and young families. The arrival of their son, Moses, in April 2019, was the culmination of their long journey to parenthood and a moment of immense joy for Hall and Greener. The birth of Moses represented not only a new chapter in their lives, but also a testament to their resilience and the fulfillment of a long-held dream. The journey to becoming parents, with its trials and triumphs, added a layer of depth to their story and highlighted their commitment to each other and their growing family. Tamron Hall's relationship with her husband, Stephen Greener, is marked by a deep and profound love that she often describes as her deepest, greatest love. Despite this profound connection, Hall has been notably reserved about discussing her husband in public, a decision driven by personal philosophy and an intention to maintain their privacy. Hall's reticence to publicly discuss Greener stems from a thoughtful consideration of her past and future relationships. She explained to people that she was determined not to repeat the mistakes of her past. "I always thought, one day I'll get married, and I don't want my husband to have to look at old episodes of me gushing over the last guy," Hall shared. This sentiment reflects her desire to avoid any potential awkwardness or discomfort that might arise from past relationships being juxtaposed against her current, deeply meaningful one. Her approach to maintaining privacy in her relationship is akin to that of another prominent couple, Dolly Parton and her husband, Carl Dean. Hall has drawn parallels between her relationship with Greener and the well-known dynamic between Parton and Dean. Like Parton, who is often in the spotlight while her husband remains a quieter presence behind the scenes, Hall and Greener have opted for a similar approach. This comparison underscores Hall's intention to keep their relationship out of the public eye while acknowledging the supportive and essential role Greener plays in her life. Contrary to the perception that Greener is a secret husband, Hall emphasizes that their decision to keep their relationship private is not about hiding him, but rather about protecting their personal space. "People say he's my secret husband. But we were going everywhere together," Hall told People. This statement highlights that their private life is not a secret per se, but rather a carefully guarded aspect of their lives. The couple has been seen together at various events, and their relationship is known to those close to them. The privacy they maintain is about shielding their personal life from excessive public scrutiny rather than concealing it entirely. Hall has been clear about her reasons for keeping the details of their relationship private. She views their privacy as a necessary measure to protect the sanctity and intimacy of their bond. "It was just a private thing I needed to protect," she explained to Good Housekeeping. This sentiment underscores her belief in the importance of preserving the integrity of their relationship away from the often intrusive nature of public life. Tamron Hall and Stephen Greener's relationship has been a testament to overcoming differences and embracing their unique qualities as a couple. Despite coming from diverse backgrounds and having varied interests, their love and commitment have prevailed, showcasing the strength of their bond. Hall and Greener come from distinctly different worlds. Hall hails from Texas, while Greener grew up in the Bronx, New York. Their cultural backgrounds, combined with the fact that they are an interracial couple and older parents, present a variety of differences that they have had to navigate together. Hall herself acknowledges these disparities, noting, "We're an interracial couple. We're both older parents. He's from the Bronx. I'm from Texas. That alone is a divide," she remarked during an interview with Good Housekeeping. These differences, while presenting challenges, have also become part of the rich tapestry of their relationship. Disagreements and challenges are a natural part of any relationship, and Hall and Greener have faced their share of them. However, their commitment to each other and their promise to always stand together has been a guiding principle in their lives. During their first trip together, they made a significant promise to one another. They vowed to never turn on each other and to always be on each other's side. This commitment has been crucial in navigating their journey together, providing a solid foundation for their relationship amidst the obstacles they have encountered. Their journey together has been marked by significant personal and professional shifts. Hall's career, for example, saw a dramatic change when she left her role on NBC's Today Show. Despite the challenges of losing her high-profile job, Hall found new and unexpected joys in her personal life. She reflected on this transformation, saying, "My story is not one I could have ever expected. I never thought I'd have to lose everything to gain even more." This poignant statement highlights the unexpected turns her life took, ultimately leading her to gain a loving husband and a beautiful baby boy. Hall's reflections on her journey underscore the profound impact that Greener and their son Moses have had on her life. Despite the professional setbacks, Hall found solace and fulfillment in her personal life, with Greener supporting her and Moses bringing immense joy. "But I lost my spot, and I gained a husband who roots for me, a beautiful baby boy who looks at me like I'm his entire world," Hall shared with People. This sentiment captures the essence of her gratitude and the depth of her happiness in her personal life. What do you think about Tamron Hall's marriage? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.